to the second one. Be watchful. Hold it right there. Be watchful and strengthen the things which remain that are ready to die. For I have not found thy works perfect before God. Those whose works are not perfect before God and will die, they are the ones who are going to die. The Bible can, let me just clear it up. They say every living thing must die. Right. But the Bible is telling us that there is another death, which is called the second death. Which is the second death? The second death is after every human being has died. Then on the day of resurrection, when everybody wakes up, then when you want to give account of what you have done, then it will ask you, what have you done with your life? Have you done my commandments? Have you been able to do what I have asked you to do? If you have found one thing, if your name is not in the book of life, may the Lord not bolt our name out of the book of life.
Amen. And whosoever was not found written in the book of life was cast into the lake of fire. That's the second death.
But those who have died, who have done what is right in this world, they will all wake up in glory and sit at the right hand of God. That is what they call the New Jerusalem. Singing hallelujah, Hosanna, and Ebenezer in the presence of the Lord. Singing with the host of angels. Go ahead.
Remember therefore how thou hast received and heard, and hold fast, and repent. If therefore thou shalt not watch, I will come on thee as a thief, and thou shalt not know what hour I will come upon thee.
Go to Revelation 22. Revelation 12 to 14.
And behold, I come quickly.
That's the Lord. I will come quickly.
And my reward is with me.
My reward is with me.
To give every man according as his work shall be.
To give according to what?
To give every man.
According to his handwork.
According as his work.
Yes. That he has done on this earth. That is the day of judgment. That is what the Lord is telling you on the day of judgment. That is what the Lord is going to ask you. Because he said, go ahead.
I am Alpha and
I am the beginning,
the
Alpha and the end.
The first and the last.
Yes.
Blessed are they that do his commandments.
Because they shall all rise up and soar like eagles.
Have right to the tree of life.
Thank you. They will have right to the tree of life, and they will soar like eagle on that day. We go through a lot of things in life, but I'll tell you what. Not all problems you have are meant to bring you down. Sometimes you pass through some storms in life. You think it's going to bring you down. Some storms are there to clear the way for you. Somebody will come into your life. There are two things they can be. They either be a blessing to you, or they be a lesson. Both of them are good. You want to ask me why? Everybody wants the blessing. You want somebody to come to your life and be a blessing to you. That's the immediate one. The lesson is this. Somebody will come into your life. It might make your life tough, make things hard for you. But you know one thing? You have learned a good, that's why they say lesson. You have learned a good lesson, which is preparing you for the future. So that such things will happen to you, you will know how to guide against it. If you keep making, except you are somebody who can make mistake 1, 2, 3, then I don't want to use that word for you, who you are. So if somebody comes to your life and be a lesson, take it with a grain of salt and just say, okay, but I have learned a lesson, which I know in future I am not going to fall into this trap again. Most of the things we do is from, if you do something just through your mouth, it's not as good. I want you to do things from your heart. Do things from your heart. Know that this is the Lord who has made this day. I'm going to be a changed person. Many people will call you names. They will do everything to you. They can say anything about you. I told you once, if you can call me anything you like, I can stop you. The mouth belongs to you. But it's for me to answer yes or no. Like I said, there are some storms that will come and help you out. I have a little story. There's this farmer. He has a donkey. The donkey is old and an old farmer. That's the only possession he has in his life. It's the only thing he has to do his work and feed his family. So one day the donkey was walking and fell into a ditch. They tried so much to get the donkey out. He tried. He called people in the village to help him get the donkey out. They did all they could, but they couldn't get the donkey out. So they said, you know what? We've labored for hours, and this donkey is suffering. We ourselves were tired. What do you think we should do? Somebody just suggested, this donkey is going to suffer. It's going to take a long time to die. So why don't we just bury the donkey in that ditch? He has no choice. So that they said it's going to take the donkey. After burying him, it's going to take about 10-15 minutes. The donkey will die. Instead of prolonging it for about 3 days. That's a long suffering. So they said, okay, that's good. So they start digging, pouring sand in the ditch. They start digging, pouring sand. As they're pouring the sand on the back of the donkey, he was doing this. He was falling on the ground. As they were doing that, the sand was falling on the ground. Each time they are putting the thing, the donkey was rising up because the sand was coming up. So the donkey was rising up. The donkey was rising up. Till the donkey itself was able to get out. What's my point? What was meant for the donkey to die? Their aim was to kill the donkey. Nobody ever thought of that. That, okay, if we do this, maybe we'll be able to save the donkey. They said, let's bury the donkey. It's not that they had bad intentions. They had good intentions. But look at how God used his test to become a testimony for that donkey. So also is you, brothers and sisters sitting before me. The Lord is a good God. He's a merciful God. He's a God of understanding. He's your protector. He's your guide. He's your guiding. He gave you life. That is why you are here today. He will not forsake you. If you really believe in the Lord, if you really obey his commandment, if you really do according to what the Bible tells you, sometimes it might be difficult. Let them come in. Sometimes it might be difficult to fulfill some things which the Lord has said. But with time, like the shepherd said earlier, this is not going to take me nowhere. Mother Celestia, Father Celestia, it's not going to take you anywhere. What is going to take you to somewhere? Your handwork. And he said, I'm coming quickly to give everybody, judge you according to your handwork. It's not going to judge you on anything. Most of us will hide to do something bad. Where do you think you want to run to? You remember Jonah in the Bible? The Lord sent Jonah to somewhere. Go to this Nineveh. Go and tell them. Why did Jonah didn't want to go? He was scared. You know what the Lord did? Okay, you don't want to go? I'll get you there in a way. He jumped in the river. A big fish swallowed him.
Now the Lord has prepared a great fish to swallow up Jonah.
Thank you.
And Jonah was in the belly of the fish 3 days and 3 nights.
Can you imagine that? When the fish swam from where he was, where did you put Jonah? So the Lord has understood everything. You've been here today. It's not by coincidence. The Lord made you to come here. You have come to receive your blessing. You will go home with abundant blessing. Amen. Ọba tó ní gbogbo ohun lọ́wọ́. Adáni má gbàgbé. Olórí ayé gbogbo. Ọba mẹ́lẹ̀ bàbá pàrọ̀ mi. A tó fara jù bí òkè. Lẹ́bùn wíkẹ̀. Níta lọ́pọ̀ bá ìjìnlẹ̀ fẹ́. Ó lóun fún ọ ní gbogbo ohun tí o bá fẹ́, tí o bá béèrè pẹ̀lú ọkàn. So if anybody has offended you today, make it a point of duty to try and go to that person and say, sometimes when you say sorry, doesn't mean you are wrong. You're just clearing your mind. That is all what you are doing. You're clearing your mind. There is a place in the Bible which says, if you have offended somebody and you carry a tray, you are doing thanks offering. He said it's not acceptable because that person you have grudge against.
Therefore, if I bring thy gift to thy altar,
Thank you.
and I remember that your brother has hurt against thee, leave there the gift before the altar.
Leave it before the altar.
And go
And go
away.
back.
First, be reconciled to the brother.
Yes.
And then come and offer the gifts.
That is when, thank you. That is when that gift is acceptable. Have you ever fought with somebody? We like to keep a lot of grudge for a long time. And after a long time, they ask you, "Kilo ti eba no?" You know that kind of a thing? And he says this. The other one says that. But that grudge, you still keep it. When he goes by you, you look at him like this. Don't do that. He's devouring your blessing. May your blessing not be devoured. Amen. God bless you. Amen. Keep you, make his face to shine upon you. Amen. May the Spirit of the Lord continue to guide you. Amen. You shall not lose your hand. Thank you.
Jehovah